So I was asked, how can you introduce gentle parenting to older kids, like the age of like 5 or 7, when you just first come into their life? I'm going to assume this person was like a step parent, or they're dating the parent, and they said that you can already tell these kids are already like defiant and angry, and they just want to help them. So they asked, how can you switch that, and introduce gentle parenting to them when they are already older? So here's 7 ways you can start helping that. 1, reframe the behavior. 2, build safety before structure. 3, lead with connection before correction. 4, give controlled choices to restore autonomy. 5, normalize and allow emotion without fear. 6, teach regulation skills outside of conflict. And 7, repair. But expect pushback, okay? So let's talk about what reframing the behavior actually means. Start with the first one, because it does not mean excusing bad behavior, being permissive, or even letting kids run the house. That's not what that means, okay? Reframing the behavior means you stop asking, what's wrong with this child? And you start asking, like, what's happening inside this child. Like, there's something in there that's causing them to react the way that they reacted. Find out the why. Because behavior is communication, always. When a child is defiant, angry, disrespectful, withdrawn, all the things, it's usually not a character issue. That is a nervous system response. It's a nervous system issue. So instead of seeing behaviors as something to punish, we see it as something to decode. Again, finding the why behind the behavior. Why are they like this? What is going on? So for a bio parent who wants to start, reframing after a certain age, my child's being difficult and disrespectful. That's the problem. But you reframe it as, my child is overwhelmed, dysregulated, and doesn't yet have the skills to express what they need. You see how that sounds different? So like what it sounds like out loud is, you're not giving me a hard time, you're having a hard time. Like sometimes something about this feels unfair and frustrating to you. Is how you think about your child. Old frame, they know better. They're doing this on purpose. Some kids will, but it's not always the case. But you frame it as, my child's brain goes offline when emotions are high. Things like that. Now, what it sounds like, your body is telling me you need help right now. Let's slow this down together. That's how you think as a bio parent. Now, let's say as a step parent or someone is coming to a kid's life, at a later age. The old frame, they don't respect me. Reframe it. This child does not feel emotionally safe with me yet. That is very important. What it sounds like, I'm not here to replace anyone or control you. I'm here to support you. You don't have to like me, which is very true. They don't have to, but I do want you to feel safe, and that's really big, because some people, they just may not click. Now, the old frame, they act out more when I'm around, which you hear that a lot with step parents. Reframe, my presence represents loss, change, or uncertainty for them, because that's important. What it sounds like, a lot has changed for you. It makes sense that your feelings are big. I can handle your anger. I'm not going anywhere. Show them and teach them that they're safe with you. You're not going to up and leave, like whatever happened that's causing them to feel like this. And why reframing works, when you reframe the behavior, you stop taking it personally. You stop escalating. And the child's nervous system finally feels seen instead of threatened. Taking it personally is very big as an adult. We take everything personally. Reframing doesn't remove boundaries. It changes the energy behind them. You still have your boundaries, but we can shift that. And calm, connected adults, as I always say, raise regulated children. So there's day 1. I'll do one every day for the next 7 days of, ways to repair and start gentle parenting after the age of like 5 and things like that. So let me behavior bestie.